Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we're finding and learning and turning the great strategy games. Let's try this again. Round two. Round two. Unfortunately, my computer started to update just as I started to stream, which caused a stream problem. That's why I don't put out YouTube videos on the technical aspects of streaming. Uh, I probably should make sure that doesn't happen. So anyway, we're back. We're back. If you can't see me, holler. If you can't holler, DM me. I don't know. Let me know. But anyway, I was just chit-chatting about thank you very much for making the channel a great success. And bringing these games to more people. The channel is you guys, really. You're the stars of this one. And anyway, I love these games. That's all I was saying. And hopefully you do too. And if there's anybody I brought to these games, great. That was the whole point of the channel. Hello, David. Hello, John Chappell. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry, that was my fault. Actually, oftentimes I'll gripe about the cable, the internet provider. This time my computer started an update immediately upon me streaming. That was my fault. Technical difficulties in the studio. Other than thanking you all, I was chit chatting about, when we start this offensive. Probably not this turn, probably not next turn. I'm over the south here, and you can still see there is a little bit of mud on the map. We cannot get in a situation where we're out in the middle of those marshes with panzers and it gets muddy. That would be a total disaster. Hey, Real Truth, what's up? Yep, I'm back. I'm back. Don't you worry. Today I'm ready. I'm ready to play this game, get moving into, when we get the offensive launched. Offline, this last time after I talked to you last time, I did bring some more AOGs onto the map. I brought the Romanian and the Hungarian Air Forces back on the map. Uh, oh, good, David. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I love you guys all too, totally platonic way. Uh, anyway, so I did bring some AOGs onto the map. Romanians, Hungarians, I brought their air forces on. We may as well. I mean, why not? And so we're gonna have that help in the middle at least. Um, Okay, so let's go start running around and looking at what we've got. I'm going to recap for just a minute. We won't spend much time in the north. We were on the center last time. I'll try to check the chat, make sure the stream is going well, but you know how it goes. I get into a zone sometimes, excuse me, as we go around the map, and so I'll try to come back every 2 to 3 minutes and make sure we're all good. But let's get into it. Let's go to the north very quickly. Let's zoom out actually and look at the situation in the north. We've still got the Narva line up here. I don't think there's a single thing to do up here. We're not going to attack into this. He's actually got probably a little more strength than I was hoping. We may have to bring one of our reserve units up here just to make sure we don't start getting pushed back up here at all. We don't want him to overrun Sonda or get loose up here in the north. In the south of the north, here, I do have one division that I've dropped back to try to build up again, the 212th. That had gotten pretty mauled. Now, you can look at our supply and ammunition situation. It's actually, I say much better. I mean, it's in a different world better. We actually have bullets now, at least up to 50%, which allows us to, do better than when we had 10% out on the map. You'll see in a lot of cases we have this like 98% supply. This one 100%. So we're getting plenty of supply up here. We're getting some ammunition. Fuel doesn't really matter that much for the infantry. But you'll see 87, 61. I mean, we were in cases where it was 12 and 10% just a few turns ago. So, um, hey, what's up, M60? Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Uh, so yeah, I mean, we've already kind of looked at this. We dropped the division back. We've got our Swiss cheese line going on where we've only got so many divisions, and so every once in a while The most I like to have is a 1 because usually the zone of control can hold that. Now here we have sort of 2, but this is bad terrain. If he starts to try to push here, we'll have to do something different. As part of that, we do have a division that is sitting back at Veliki Luki right on the super depot, so that should build up. Now I think that's going to have to come back down here because as we go around the corner, now here's a potential attack we can at least look at. 8.1 to 4.7. I'm not really inclined to do that just because we're just trying to hold up here. The whole ball game is right here, right? So up here in the north, we're trying to hold. As part of that, he does have a guards unit that looks fairly strong that's pushing a little bit. Now we do have one of our fresher, newer units. It's not totally at full strength. I mean, if we look at it, it's at 64 and 71, but it's not in terrible shape. And so if he pushes through here or tries to, we're going to have to get this division down here next turn. They have been rebuilding in 1 turn when we've been dropping them back. So we do have a division we can deploy somewhere that's up here just sitting around in Veliki Luki trying to catch his breath. As we come around here to 4th Army, let's look at 4th Army. We're at 26 of 27 underneath Heinrichse. We've got a lot of good generals in here. Um, we've got Ederlein, who's not necessarily a great general, but he's pretty good. We've got Rendelik, who is quite good. We've got I always forget Kleeman's last. I don't know why I forget, but we've got a lot of sevens out here. So 4th Army is going to have to hold as the Panzers push out. So the idea is the Panzers are going to come down this road. We've got to pretty much keep them on the roadways. Otherwise, it's really going to slow us down. I mean, we're going through swamp area and whatnot, so bring them out on the roads. Probably just south of Bryansk is where we'll turn directly south. I say south, west of Bryansk is where we'll turn south and try to get down here to Anicha or Unicha or Uneka or I don't know what it is. I'm not as familiar with the Soviet heartland as I should be. Um, so we've got to look at 4th Army while we're up here. This is kind of where we were last time. I got a little distracted, but this is sort of the area we were in. Now he really attacked us hard into Smolensk last time. He lost 10,000 men trying to storm Smolensk with 3 panzer divisions in here. Now one of the panzer divisions, let's see, I was looking at this before. Yeah, it's only got 98 AFVs, and I think we've got to fix that. And how would we do that? Well, we're going to go get one of these replacement Panzer divisions. So I've got one right here. Um, it's in pretty good shape. We're going to put it into that Panzer Division, 23rd Panzer Division. And now if we look, we've got only 42 of 64. Now it's going to take a minute for that to matriculate in here, but we put that replacement Panzer Division in here. Since we're not going this time, we rebuild it, and I'm actually going to drop him back a hex, get him out of Smolensk and let him sit here. Why am I going to do that? Well, we really need to get infantry into Smolensk because, for one thing, he's attacking hard in there. For another, we're going to have to hold it with infantry as the panzers move out anyway. And so let's look and see what we've got here. We've got 14,000 men. We've got 11,000 men. Let's look at the TOEs, 63 and 69. And here we've got 85 and 91. So the 260th looks pretty strong. We've also got 2 divisions here. We've got 31st ID, which is actually quite strong, 86 and 93 on the TOEs, 65 and 71, not quite as strong. So what I'm thinking about doing here is taking the 2 weaker ones, this one and putting them in Smolensk, so 1, and then we'll take one of the other panzer divisions, the weaker of the 2. So this is 74 and 96. This is 66 and 91. Did I just say that was 74 and 96? That's the stronger of the 2. Is that true? I wonder. Yeah, we're going to have to get some of these off refit. And you guys were right about that last time when I went back and looked. There's quite a few things on refit that we're going to take off refit. So let's just go ahead and put those on ready. And I'll take the weaker of the two and drop that back, and then take the weaker of the two divisions here and put that in Smolensk. And now, we're triple stacked here with two divisions of infantry. We've got the strongest of the panzer divisions still sitting here, but that'll be how we, hold Smolensk once the panzers get to rolling, hopefully. But that reminds me, now that we just talked about that, let's go to the commander's report and let's go to status here. Let's do it the other way. Well, no. No, there we go. Well, let's sort it again. Withdraw, unready, refit. All right, so let's go down here and look at percent TOEs and start thinking about taking a lot of these things off refit to the extent they're over 50%. Earlier in the game, I was obviously going in and doing this manually every time, and I haven't been doing it. Um, Whoops. That's weird. Okay, so the minute I put it on ready, it popped out of here. This actually needs to be, that's 52nd. Let's put that. Maybe I should go around and do these manually. How about this guy? Yeah, the minute I pop them over to ready or take them out of refit, they're just gone from this. Um, I actually didn't want to do that one. 85. Okay. Oh, I see. They're popping up to reserve. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out. I'll have to do that at the end of the turn. But we'll take a lot of these things off of refit. All right, so we drop that Panzer back, or these two Panzer divisions back, and get them ready. They're gonna go just this way. So we want to get infantry out here to blow the hole open originally. Now we've got two Panzer divisions sitting here. We've got infantry here that we want to spread out. So let's take one. Now these guys are not in great shape is part of the problem. Let's actually turn this on to defensive value. As you can see, 7%. That ain't going to cut it. Or 7%. 7 on the defensive value. But let's move one of them there, and let's move one of the Panzer divisions here. That evens that up a little bit, 39 and 33, right? But we've got two infantry divisions there, and these guys I actually will have on refit because they need to build so that when we're ready to go, they can make the initial assault on these divisions, these Soviet divisions, and then we can use all of our movement points from the panzers to actually go, right? Okay, so now we've got this same idea here. Let's put him on refit as well. We want that to build as much as possible, and we've got yet another Panzer division here. So we've got Panzer division, Panzer division, Panzer division, Panzer division, four of them, and then we've got two of them sitting right here. As we continue to move down here, you can see we've got our motorized here. Do we want them in the front line? I usually use my motorized to blow the holes open, or I try to if I can. Now they're all on 57th motorized under Hubei. Um, yeah, filtering the TOE makes it easier. You're right, M60. That's what we do. Nordhammer, you're building the Death Star and the Superstar Destroyer. Are we talking Legos? Are you playing is this a game? Now I have to know. I am a huge Star Wars fan, but more of an, old school Star Wars fan. I don't want to be that person that says, oh my gosh, Disney's ruined Star Wars. I love Mandalorian and whatnot. I think the last trilogy was not very good. I don't know how anyone could argue about that, but I will say the prequel trilogy wasn't very good either. So, it's not all Disney. All right. Now that we've had that little talk, let's move some of these motorized out on the line. Now they are going to get well. These guys are probably good enough to hold. I would like to use the motorized though to help blow this hole. I'm going to try to do it right here. All right. So let's put our strongest. 18th motorized, for instance. Let's move him over here. Okay. This is that regiment, motorized regiment. I'm going to leave him back here because he's going to go the furthest, probably, right? He's more of a scout unit. Let's move him down on the line here. We'll move you here. All right, and we'll keep this back here for now, and we'll move Hubei right there, stack with him. Um, all right, so now we've got the motorized on the line. We'll zoom in here a little bit. We've got motorized and infantry on the line. Now you can see that made our defensive values really pop. And these panzers we'll just let sit for now. Okay, moving along the line, we're into Second Army. I've now got Second Army into Army Group Center. Uh, I mean, there's really nothing for them to do. They're going to start, we'll let the Panzers go first. Once they're out here and they've actually cut the lines, then we'll start the attacks, right? We'll let their freight situation get a little bad. We'll start looking for orange or yellow out here as their freight situation gets worse and worse, and off we go. Ernst Highway to Hell. He's ready. He's ready. He can't wait. Okay. We do need to push this back a little bit because we do have a motorized corps back here that's kind of stuck because we got to hold the line. So we have two actually. We have Das Reich and we do have 29th motorized. They're also under Hubei. If we look, Hubei's got 11 of 12. We need to get this motorized move over and ready for the attacks. Let's get back to movement points, all right? And they've got a lot of them. Let's actually trying to think of the best way to go about this. I need to move these two divisions so we can, make this line, make this a line, and we can move the motorized over and out. Um, Now I know this, well, this is probably the easiest of the attacks, right? If we can blow this guy out of here, we open things up quite a bit. I could also use Das Reich, or I could use this motorized, but let's go ahead and try to do it with the infantry. It's just a cavalry unit, and off it goes. So we just destroyed that, 138 to 1. Okay, I like that. I wish I actually had one more infantry. Well, I guess I kind of do, because this is what we're going to do. I'm going to move him there. I'm going to move, well, this is across the river. I think they would have a very hard time having enough movement points, but I hate to give up a fort level 2. So I actually am going to move him over. Let's look at the defensive values again. 24 and 43. So we've got something over here that's very strong. 20 and 23. Let's take the 23 and we'll move him right down here as we start to space our line a little better, so that we can get the motorized out. Now, this looks a little vulnerable to me. He's pretty strong right there. I would like to, if we can, blow this unit out and back. So let's bring in everything we can, including the motorized, and try to knock that back. Did we get it out? We did. Excellent. Okay, so that was 7,000 men. And now, next turn, he can move here. Um, Now the motorized is going to come back around over here. So off goes this motorized. And then this motorized can get all the way down here and be ready to go. Das Reich. All right. So now we've got motorized pretty much in every hex along here. If we don't have motorized, we have panzers. And so I can, you can put them on top by just selecting through here so you can actually see them. But you see all of our, gee, I wonder where we're going to go. You can see everybody set up, lined up, ready to go. We've got Guderian here. I'll move him down here as he's going to have to move out. We've got one more motorized that we'll bring down here. I'm not really sure. Let's look at this again. 14. He might get hit this time, but we've got a lot of panzers here. We should be okay there. We should be. Yeah, John, we're doing a lot of unit shuffling. I'm not going to attack this time, not in a full-on attack. We'll do attacks like we just did there. I wish I could get him across the river this time, but we can't. I probably, well, he's probably going to move in here next time, but we'll have three infantry divisions that can try to blow him back again. Now, these guys out here, they're in 10th Corps. They held for a long time. I mean, they've been holding this railway forever, right? Um, I'm not going to move them forward yet because their whole purpose really is going to be after we get out here and fingers crossed, cut the rail line out here, we should start seeing these Soviet units degrade. And once they start to degrade, then we'll start the attacks with the infantry. Now, there are going to be opportunity attacks. For instance, we could do this one right here. That's 24 to 2. Let's just take that one. I mean, if they're going to give us 3,500 men on an easy attack like that, I will take it. For instance, this one. Seems like, something that should route out. That's 2,100 men. I mean, if you're getting 44 to 1 odds, we may as well take it. I don't really feel I like this setup here. He's not very strong where we actually want to and have to bust through. So I'm not going to attack here, even though we've probably got massive odds, because I don't want him to bring better units up here. Now, you could argue the opposite, which is now that we're all stacked here. This is exactly where he's going to bring units anyway, and we should probably try to knock some of them out so that he's overall weaker when we start our attack. But I'm just not going to do it this time. I'm hoping that we still have a little element of surprise. We'll see. We're talking about the AI, right? Any human player you were playing against would say, bring an entire Soviet army right here. But luckily, we're playing Little Men in the Machine. All right, but I will say they're well programmed, so they will be bringing stronger units up in here just because our panzers are there. Along here, I don't really think we have, much of an opportunity there. Um, none of these jump out at me as someplace we ought to be attacking. Maybe here, because this looks like a very weak unit. 8.1 to 0.6. My guess is it's quite a bit stronger than it's intimating it is, and it is. Wow. As a matter of fact, quite a bit stronger. That's actually a 13 on the defense. Okay. That's these are two stronger units. We got to be careful there. I could move him up, but why give up the fort level for now? Let's try to hit there. Okay, so we knock him out. That's 3,000 men out and a rout. I like that. We've got panzers here, and I just haven't figured out exactly what to do here. I think they need to go to the south. We don't have as nearly as much motorized and panzer presence in the south where we need it. And so I think what I'm going to try to do is take what is this, 46th motorized, and move it out to the south. So let's get it going out and around. Well, now that I look, we need to move some of this out of Venitsa anyway. Let's move this infantry. Let's get him off the train. Where am I going to put him, though, is the question. I really need more over here by Tarnopol so I can move these units, and maybe that's what I do. Let's put him into Tarnopol, actually. All right. Now we can take him off the train and move him up into one of these spots so we can get one of these motorized out anyway. And we'll try to bring another infantry up here to get another one out. So in he goes. Oh, we already have one in here as well. Oh, excellent. Okay, perfect. So we'll pop him up there. Now this is 13th Corps. So let's put him in 13th Corps. Now you can see 13th Corps is way oversubscribed, but that's because we have these two motorized divisions in here that are going to start moving up this way. As a matter of fact, I say start, they are going to move up this way. We'll take them straight down this roadway. We could put them on a train, I guess, so that they conserve their fuel. Mm, I'm just gonna put them right here for now. I'm gonna put them on the railway, and it's possible we move them by rail somewhere. but I'm just going to do that for now. And we got to remember to change their command. We're also in some trouble right here. I would like to maybe spread these out a little bit because he's got a big force here, but we'll get to more of that when we get around here. The basic idea is this. I'm trying to get these panzers. We'll put them on the train and we'll get them into Vinica. All right, and we have another Panzer division that's sitting here that came by train last time. So this is out of Minsk. He's got 132. Okay. He can only make it to about Stanislav this time, so we'll have him right there as we try to bring in infantry to get some of this motorized and other stuff out of here. Do we need any of our reinforcements here? I don't think so, but I think well, we do, but we probably need them other places, right? So remember, we've got, oh, let's not forget about this headquarters back here. Let's get down by Warsaw. There's Warsaw. We've got 2 divisions here. We've got 4 divisions here. I think this big static division, these are really strong, actually. I'm going to put this up in Smolensk. So I'm going to put this on a train and I'm going to try to get it almost all the way out to Smolensk. We'll put it out. We'll put it in Vitebsk this time, but that we're going to put in Smolensk and try to hold Smolensk once the Panzers go. Um, can he get off the train? No, he needs 55. Oh, he was down to 6 strategic moving points. That's not gonna play. Okay, as we move here, we can see we've got some of this motorized, or it's part of Third Panzer. We put this in Third Panzer. We're gonna have to make sure those Panzers that we just sent we put into something else. Down here, I think maybe we take von Wettenghoff and put him on the train as well. Let's actually move him 1 hex to there, and now we'll put him on the train. See if how far. Wow. So that rail line has really been used up. We'll bring him around here for this time. He'll be one of our other motorized commanders out here. All right. This looks pretty strong, but again, we're just trying to hold on until we can cut the rail lines. And so they're completely and totally on the defense. He can actually move into Minsk here. Oh, I had him on the train. Well, I didn't need him on the train, but it doesn't matter. Um, get off of that. Let's see. These guys, these 3. Let's pop him up there. All right. So Third Panzer is strangely enough pretty much commanding all infantry, uh, but that's just how it worked out. No need to attack here. If anything, we're going to have to hope that we hold on. We could try something like this, I guess. We have odds there, but it's barely 2 to 1. We could try something here. That's a little better. But again, we're hoping these get weakened when we cut the rail lines. It looks like he's trying to push here a little bit, but he hasn't really, I mean, it's not a huge threat yet. While we can use this motorized, let's go ahead and take this shot and try, and we did. We routed that out. That's 4,200 men. And so we kind of free this a little bit, a little bit. This is tough terrain for him to move through to try to get to the railway. He's got better options. So hopefully that took care of that for now. And I'm gonna pop this motorized. Oh, can he move back there? Yeah, he can. Okay, I'm gonna move him back 1, even though we give up a fort level. He's behind the swamp, and he's every other hex here, but he's on the rail line, so we can get him out of here faster. Hopefully next time. I do have an infantry regiment here, but that's not strong enough, and I want to put him back together with his guys here. So if we can get one of these divisions up here on the train to take his spot, that's what I want to do. We can, but we can't get it off the train. Shoot. Um, well, while I think about that, let me head back over here to the chat. Kalo, hey buddy, thanks. I got a coffee donation. We call it the Trenta Fund. Thank you, Kalo. That was very nice. Oh, so sorry to hear that you had a little food poisoning. That's not good. Obviously, sorry to hear that. Sushi, Thai food. I've been there, my friend. But I'm glad that you're back. Thank you very much for my new monocle. You know, one of these days, especially if we in any way come back and look like we're going to be successful in this game, even if we're not eventually, I'm going to get the monocle out. I say out like I own one. We're going to go buy a monocle. Uh, yes, that is a Liverpool hat. LFC, LFC. Uh, you guys just wait for it. I'm gonna tease that out. Maybe the last episode of this, or when we declare total victory, uh, or we're sitting in Berlin with our last two infantry divisions in a bunker. I will wear the monocle. Indeed, how funny. Um, okay, let's see. We can't. Gosh darn it! I want to take this dang thing off the train. But we're in a weird situation here. How far can these guys get on foot? Not nearly far enough. Okay, how far can they get and still get off the train? Um, not that far. Okay. All right. I think I've got to put this in either here or here. I mean, there's not a good town, not a good rail yard to put them in anywhere, unfortunately. So I think I have to go into what is this, Lida for now, and then next turn try to put that division together. So he goes into Lida. Where is? Oh, the commander's right here. What's he at? He's at 9 of 9. Um, he's at 6 of 9. All right, this could go in here. So 47th motorized, sure. 47th motorized. All right, so he's part of 47th motorized now, and I'll just bring the headquarters around a little bit. Not sure I have a better option really, but he's gonna, almost certainly push here. Now he's got to go across the river to do that. I could try an attack here, if nothing else, to wear him down. Uh, Nah, that doesn't look great. I could take this motorized and try to come down here for a little zone of control. That opens that up a little, not to my liking. Um, okay, well, we're just going to have to roll with that this time. As we come along here, I told you these security units have a lot of strength. And luckily, he let us get back into this fort level. So let's go ahead and move him in. This security unit can blast away. These guys could try to blast away here. What do we got? 6 to 3. Let's try that. All right, we scoot him back. It wasn't an overwhelming victory by any stretch of the imagination, but we do scoot him back. And now let's have that security unit hit there and we route that. That's almost 6,000. I like that. This is a big monster unit. And then we route that out. That's another 26, 2,700. Off they go. Um, Great. Okay, so we, kind of relieved a little of the pressure here. Now this unit I mean, these guys are not strong. As a matter of fact, I almost want to put them together and if anything, break this up. Let's go ahead and put these guys together. Ah, shoot. He can't really get up there. Um, Let's break him down and we'll bring one element of this to the north. So I had to, sorry, I messed that up. I shouldn't have moved him. But once I moved him in next to a Soviet Union, I couldn't undo it. And so we're just going to have to put this up here for now. I'll get him back down here next turn as we fill in the line a little better. Um, Okay, along here, I mean, there's obviously we're not going to attack into here. He's got very strong units here. We're not going to attack in with the Hungarians, which are already getting pushed back. Let's just look at what an attack looks like with the Hungarians out here. I mean, it's not terrible, but I really don't want to use them up. Again, he's in a fort level there. I'm just not going to attack. This is where he busted through a little bit and is very worrisome. Let's get this Romanian ID down here to help as he builds strength down here. But now we've got all the Romanians together. I may have to bring a German unit infantry unit in here to intersperse in the Hungarian line because these guys are going to get beat up. Now, what I'm just hoping they do is hold on until we cut the rail line, and then uh, if they can do that, hold on until we cut the rail line. These get a lot weaker, and hopefully they can just mop up. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to bring a German division in here somewhere. But it's not going to be this turn. I'll wait. This is not good. I mean, we can't lose Lvov. All right, let's bring a German division into Lvov actually, because that's the most worrisome. If he expands out this way, it's not the end of the world for now. I mean, we've only got a couple of turns they have to hold on. I don't think I dare bring him all the way into Lvov, though, because he can't get off the train. I can eventually put him in this core. All right, I'm going to put him like right back here, and then he's going to have to come up here and help, whether it be Romanians or otherwise. Believe me. Um, well, now what? Well, okay, so he's off the train. It's nothing but Romanians here. This looks dangerous as heck. I don't, I don't like this at all. We're gonna have to get that division put back together. We may have to bring more Germans here, but again, if he pushes here, okay. I mean, the whole game, but the whole ball of wax is to get as many of his forces out here and then cut the rail line. So it is what it is. Drink. Um, It is what it is. Okay, so we've got the motorized headquarters we brought down here last time. We've got first corps that I brought all the way around here because um, first corps was no longer needed. I'll just bring him in here for now. He was no longer needed in the north, so or in the center. I'm sorry. So I brought him down here because we do have some command issues down here, or some things I would like to tidy up a little bit. These Romanians, come on, boys, you can do it. You can do it. We've got infantry there. Okay, let's stack the Romanians together. There we go. So we've got two German infantry trying to hold this monster off. Now, he can't cut the rail there. That would be a disaster. This guy, okay, moving around here. Here's our panzers. Let's look back here, make sure we don't have any other Hungarians we could move to the front. Doesn't look like it. I almost certain we don't have any Romanians. Okay, first corps, I just moved that. As we move along here, I mean, there's not a whole lot. Now, this is the weakest area that I've got here. He's got 12 of 9. Okay, that's not great. He's got 12 of 9. Now, what does that lead us to? Well, 11th Army really needs to become an assault army. We do have enough APs to do that. And so I'm going to make 11th Army also an assault army. There we go. All right, so that helps at least, and we'll put first corps up in here and create a whole nother corps under 11th Army. So now 13th is at 12 of 12, even though he's going to give some of the motorized away. He's going to pick up this division at some point, and so he'll have that under command. Here now he's at 12 of 12, 51st Corps under Reinhard. He's got all of the support units he needs. Let's make sure 13th does. Yep, 13th looks good. Okay. Uh, this area right here is worrisome. Now, I said he's 12 of 12. we could give this division to him and bring in another division. Now, we've got a lot of divisions back here. This is one place I want to put them. So let's get on the rail and we'll get him out here as as close to it as we can. But next time he'll go up into Proskurov into this area because this is probably one of our weakest areas that we've got. There we go. Spacebar. So we got new divisions coming in. We've got new corps commanders coming in, trying to buffet up this southern region because I mean we need all of this to go here, but right now they're holding the line. If we look at the defense, this is a problem, right? These Romanians. As a matter of fact, this is 2/18 and 1/18. At one point, we had found 3/18, but I don't remember where it was. I thought it was right in here, but let's find it because I'm going to get him out of here. Maybe he's over here somewhere. I'm looking for the highlight in blue. No, no. Where are you, 3/18th? Is he all the way up here somewhere? I don't think so. Well, I'm going to have to search for him the old-fashioned way. But these guys, I want to get out of here. Um, I'll put them down here behind the river. As a matter of fact, I would love it for these guys to be behind the river as well, and bring maybe both of those divisions up here potentially. Um, Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really strong Soviet unit. Let's do this. Let's back these guys up. And for this turn only, let's put these motorized up here. I think that'll work. He's 13th Corps. Let's see. Let's put him in 13th Corps. All right. So now he's with this command, and he's got 14 of 12, but he won't for a I mean, in a moment he won't. 51st Corps. So you go into 51st Corps. I mean, I'm trying to get these guys up here, but there's too many holes to cover. 51st Corps. All right. Okay, I mean, we're just going to try to hold him off from getting in here for a turn. I probably would rather these guys be behind the river, but we already had a fort level here, so I'm just going to take that. As we move around here, as a matter of fact, do they still have enough to do some kind of deliberate attack here? No, so I'm not going to take that. How about an attack there? What do we got? 3.8 to 1.1. All right, let's give that a shot. We route that, so that's 1,000 men gone. We've had a good stretch here of, when we've attacked. I'm trying to be very, very circumspect of when I attack. But when we have attacked, we've had really nice results. But we're we're not attacking very often because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now we do have this Panzer division we just brought in. We can't get it off the train yet. Not enough strategic move points. Um, we do have this that can just freely move, and you can see where we probably need to put it is right up in this area. What I'm going to try to do is take the infantry out of here. Now, troops cannot move up this railway because the Soviets are next to it. Freight can get through, but troops cannot. This is going to have to just hold as is for now. 59th Corps only has 6 of 12, so we'll put something in there eventually. All right, I think this is as good as I can get it for now. That looks okay. See, that's a weak infantry unit, unfortunately. These guys, he's okay, but fairly weak. These guys are really weak. As a matter of fact, we really need to get some of this out of here into the reserves, or at least down to near Vinitsa. Let's try to do it one at a time. Let's move this guy down by Vinitsa first, or actually this guy, 76th ID. Let's try to move him down here to get reconstituted a little bit. Uh, Wait a minute. Let's not put him there. Let's get him on the rail line back here, near the super depot. So we'll move him back there. How's the defensiveness looking? He's only a 2. Let's move them both back for a turn and hope. Okay, and let's move their headquarters, over this way. So they're also in command. So they pass any admin roles. This Panzer should be able to hold this time. I mean, I could even bring this one up. But this will give us a chance to get a few of these off the line. So if you're looking at defense, 16, 18, I mean, let's hope these motorized don't get blown out right here. We do have the other infantry coming up. It can't get here soon enough. We'll we can move, one of these Panzer divisions up. So let's see where we would want to do this. This is 6 of 16. I mean, he's pretty ripped up. We may just take this whole corps out of here. Let's move him out of here. Now, let's back that up. He's still a 13. Okay, we've got a Panzer division here. He's only a 1 of 1. Let's move him back here on the rail line and let this Panzer, try to hold on here himself. Uh, this is the weakest link. This unit got ripped up last time. It needs to move back. All right. Now, how in the hell are we going to hold all this? Well, I think one thing that we need to do. So we've got this Panzer division here. I hope he doesn't get attacked too hard. This airborne landing unit has really started to get treated. Now we've got the motorized division in here and a headquarters. So the motorized is all by himself. These guys are at a 21 and a 29. 21. All right, I'm going to move this out of East Kiev, the dangerous East Kiev. Now he's only got a 2. But I'm going to bring the Panzer division up here if I can. Not that one. Where's the other one? This guy? Yeah, this Panzer division. He can go right there. And now we've got some defensiveness and we hold him off that. I mean, we're putting it together with baling wire. This guy looks to be in a bit of trouble. This guy got blown out. Let's get him back down here by the super depot and try to get him built up. All right, we can move him down so that everybody's still in command. There we go. This motorized has got to hold. I don't really know what else to bring up here. We don't have, I hate to just leave him in East Kiev by himself. I almost would rather put the Panzer in there, but I just don't think we can get away with it. I also think this is going to get blown this time. Yeah, let's put him in Kiev itself. Um, that's okay. I mean, if he takes this hex, I'm going out this way. This is how we're going to go straight up this rail line. We scoot him back. 327, we didn't lose it. Oh, he ended up routing. Okay, excellent. So 2,000 out there. Now then, okay, I think we're going to be able to hold this. We'll see. The worst areas are right here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to double stack the motorized. When we put them together, they're a 12. Now, could he try to sneak through here? Yeah, but here's the big uni, right? And let's actually take the Panzer Regiment. We'll put him with that. And let's take the Netherlands motorized and put him there. Okay, I like that better. That looks a little better, I mean, it's not great, but 15-12 looks better than what we had. As we move up here, I mean, we did have to eventually give this up, but they had taken us to a fort level 0. They're really pushing right here. I worry about this Panzer division. I'm afraid he's going to get torn up this time. He's got 72 of 79. He does have some tanks, but he's only showing a 9. I really need to get one of these other divisions up and out there. Now, we're going to take all this to the south anyway, so let's go ahead and start moving it down there. through the mountains and through the woods. My goodness. All right, let's take one there. They're all coming to the south. They just can't get all the way there this time. Um, wow, we've got a lot of strength back here. There you go. Okay, so they're all back there. Let's look at our reserves for next time. Let's go to the ground. And what I've been doing. Oh, can this Panzer Division come out? Yes, it's at 85 of 87. Look at that. It's actually got operational tanks. My God, I'm excited. Let's take you to the map. All right. Hang on. Hang on. Oh my gosh, Twitch. Close window. Hold on. I'm fixing this if I can. If I can.